Alright guys, welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil 4. Unfortunately, when I was even post-commentating with Audacity
for the third time,
Windows Movie Maker would not allow the voice clip past 35 seconds.
Oh my god,
It's not doing it with the other parts, just this one. So now we have to come back and post-commentate it. Alright, so...
Gee, thanks for turning off my 88 HD switch.
I turned off the TV so my sister isn't distracted. Anyway, once you put all three ornaments in the new path, there's a set of stairs and it's got gold and a hand grenade, and then right there you shoot down a treasure.
Yeah, and I don't know how exactly you realized that the painting was to check the thing. I guess you just were looking at it because it was what's his face?
Lord Sadler.
Lord Sadler. I was gonna say it was Sadler, but then I keep thinking it's that midget guy.
Usually paintings, at least in this game, have something hidden behind them. That's why I checked.
Oh. I should have said it. You get on your second shot. I can't feel my middle toe! Hey Brian, is it possible to flick people off with your middle toe?
If you intend it that way, then probably. Anyway,
imagine someone lifting their foot up like above their head and it just have the middle toe up. That'd be fascinating.
You get the green gem and you put those in the elegant mask.
And then I accidentally tell you to sell them right before you get a gem that would have completed your first elegant mask with the red and the green. So that was my bad. Well, actually, it wasn't necessarily my bad. It was the game got bad when I got it. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, it's nothing. It was just a difference of 10,000.
And I go back here to see what's in here, but...
And there's like a million paths, I think.
No, I just remember that I've already been through there.
Oh. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself.
Alright, and then you see there's like a cart thing.
You look like a DJ with those earphones.
Okay.
Headphones.
And then I'm looking at the castles in the background saying, oh, it's amazing because, you know...
It's cool. And then I wonder if there's polka dots or hearts on the chairs.
I think it's just raised up.
Yeah, I know. I know. Like, they have the little buttons on them. But then they look like bunnies. Like little bunny ears. Bunnies!
And there's a jar. Well, technically these are not jars. Technically they are, what you put cremated people in.
Cremation jars.
No, they're called something else.
Cremation vases?
No.
Cremation?
It doesn't have cremation in the name.
I was doing that specifically so you'd cut me off, and it worked the third time.
A urn. There you go. A urn.
Oh yeah, a urn. I remember. Do you remember? There's a prank when two people put a jar of ash, like just random ash, on a pedestal, and this guy walks in and he's supposed to like do something. I can't remember, but he ended up knocking over the urn, and the other guy started sobbing because it was supposed to be like a cremated person, and they ended up getting the ash all over the guy, and he's just standing there like, what's going on?
Anyway, you go in here and there's like 100 different, not literally 100. There's 3 different paths, and I walk around looking to see which one's best. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in here. I see that there's 4 switches, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with them. I'm not sure if I just have to step on all of them or what.
Or hit a switch, or where's their other door?
Wait. And then I tell Ashley to stay there. And I walk on the other ones thinking that it's one of those timed switches or whatever.
Or that there were only 2 and then you realize there were more than 2.
Yeah. Then I figure out you can push the statues and then, you know, we push it.
And then you complain about why villains make it this easy.
Yeah. I was saying, not in the original one, but in our first post-commentary thing, that this is another example of if villains don't want the heroes to save the day and stop their plans, why do they make it even possible for them to get to you? I get that they need some way to get to certain places, but do they have to make it so blatantly obvious on what you're supposed to do? And then you expose a new door.
Follow me.
And then I talk about how I would make a game really complex and that if you did happen to go the wrong way.
I think you've lived long enough. Let's see if you can survive this time.
Don't be offensive.
Small person. evil small person. Dynamite comes. Oh no! And he runs away. Whip.
Alright, so you stay there, and you shoot all the glowing red stuff. Very simple, you don't even have to move your spots as long as you're around the corners. And I look for one directly above me, and my sister's freaking out at this point. It's like, oh my god, and I'm like, Hannah, I have like, 20 seconds before I have to worry.
I don't remember that. I remember nearly sneezing, which just happened. I nearly sneezed. Don't you hate it when you have to sneeze, and then you get ready to sneeze, and then you don't sneeze?
Yeah.
And then you're like, ding! And you're walking down a hole.
And Ashley gets stuck again.
That's what happens when you walk too slowly behind someone, and there happens to be a door frame.
And there's a giant torture drill thing.
Then again, if you did walk right behind you, she might have been impaled by the doors.
I found it a bit funny how I had exactly two rifle
Me
bullets.
too. And then you're like, oh crap. Because you had to get them, otherwise you were screwed over.
Yeah.
And then you're empty.
Wait.
You have to save Ashley.
I'm gonna tell Ashley to come here.
Yeah, I know,
and
but
that's
just like,
it.
come here! Because
then
she's taking too long.
There's jars and stuff around here. Now, I didn't get a chance to show it on the recording, but in this room along the left side, there's a cabinet you can open, which has a chessboard in it, which gives you about 10,000,
It
like
gives you 10,000.
most
or 13,000,
treasures do.
I can't remember. I think it's 10,000.
And you get the Queen's Grail.
I'm going to sit down on the floor because
And then I go back to look at the drill.
I'm
Stop singing,
not singing.
humming, whatever.
I'm leaving.
Sounds like it.
I'm talking in a sing-song voice. Totally different. Ow.
Anyway, that's that, and now the frame rate starts getting worse. Note it's frame rate, not lag, meaning the video's not stopped at one point or whatever. It's that the video quality has started slowing down. Don't say that it doesn't happen, because I've tested it on 4 different monitors. It happens. It becomes even more noticeable near the end.
And then this is where you get confused because you're like, where do I go?
I don't want to go accidentally the wrong way.
And start a cutscene and not be able to go back.
Yeah. But luckily there's not too many points in this game, and you can go back.
I told you to get that hand grenade because you didn't notice. As you could tell, Brian turned around to get it.
And then you see the merchant. I'm very happy. And I see
You
save
like
point.
merchant! You always do that.
Now behind that blue door that you start seeing in the castle areas is a shooting range. What you do there is you shoot very different targets.
Welcome.
You earn points, you get bottle caps, and eventually you'll get a gun. If I remember
What are you
correctly, it's only
buying?
one gun. If I also remember correctly, it's
What
either
are
a
you
handgun or a
selling?
magnum, but it is not better than the other magnums or
Is that old
handguns you can get in the game,
school?
which is why
Thank
I
you.
didn't show
Is
any
that
parts
old?
of it.
Thank you. Is that old?
Now, I've
Thank
finished
you.
recording the whole game,
that
guys,
old?
so any points you give
Thank
me
you. Is
from
that
this
old?
point onward
Is
are
that
essentially
old?
useless.
Thank you.
It may help other people, but you still don't need to give me
Come
tons of
back
points.
anytime.
And if you were going to give out advice, please say like spoiler like many commenters have. So if there's someone who doesn't want to have a spoiler who is playing the game, they'll stop reading at that point.
I'd prefer that you don't even give spoilers for a future point in the game. Only do it when it's in the part
Yeah.
that it's on. That's my advice.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because most of the time I'll remove spoiler comments.
I have told people, what was it? I've told people who say things like, you forgot to get the blah blah blah.
And hold on, this is an important part. I cut ahead because I was going back to the merchant, and now I read this. Sample retrieved. As you may have heard, Louise Sarah has been disposed of by Lord Sadler. The sample is back where it belongs. I had hoped to...
I hope that the whole matter could be resolved without troubling the Lord. However, as long as the sample is safe, we can all rejoice, for our time is nearly at hand.
Now that the sample is back in our safe hands, it'll be a bit more difficult for that troublesome woman to get it.
In the
In
light,
light of all of this, unfortunately Sarah had to go. Sorry, we have to look at a very long thing, so we're not going to read it.
as for the other two
Don't
Americans,
worry
the
about
Lord
reading
has left the matter in our hands.
When I say don't worry about reading it, I mean don't read it. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, it's just...
I
It's
can
too
read
late.
it. I have on glasses.
I know, but yeah. Basically, from this point on, I'm not sure what the heck I'm doing. And yeah, so basically from here on out, we do nothing. So
I wanted to say, I have informed somebody before that when you guys do give advice, we're basically 30 videos ahead of you guys. So, like maybe when we upload the first video, we have 11 recorded, but then eventually we are like 30 videos ahead, and then like halfway through the game, we're usually already done with the game.
yeah,
So when you give us advice,